what you see, like a battery. I'm staying charged on my feet, I'm like a factory. Dropping lines like an assembly.
How you doing, guys? Welcome to ZukaTube, and today we're going to be reviewing a movie called Renfield. This just came out April 14th, 2023. It's in theaters right now, and as many of you may have seen, or if you've already seen this movie, you obviously know Nicolas Cage is Dracula in this. So it was something I was definitely anticipating, and I was pretty excited about. I'm going to go through, I'm going to read this summary, right? Then we're going to play the trailer, clips of the trailer, you know what I mean? We'll talk a bit about it, give you our review, and then at the end we'll have a little spoiler section. And by we, I mean me and my partner in crime, Tessa.
Hey guys, what's up?
Okay, and before we get started, like, rumble, comment, share, subscribe, all that kind of jazz. You know, all the stuff you have to say when you do this thing. And let's read this summary. Renfield, the tortured aide to his narcissistic boss, Dracula, is forced to procure his master's prey and do his every bidding. However, after centuries of servitude, he's ready to see if there's a life outside of the shadow of the Prince of Darkness. Yep, so that's a pretty interesting little description there.
If you think it sounds stupid, it is.
Yeah, so we'll get into that in a second. Let's play this trailer.
Just want to defend.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay? I need to
Is
get
he
out
okay?
of a toxic relationship.
A toxic relationship.
Why don't you start by telling
My boss, he's different.
You can't get him out of your head.
No.
I need your assistance.
I'm coming, Master! Oh, you feel like he could destroy you with the snap of his fingers.
Renfield, bring in innocent victims. I want a handful of nuns, a busload of cheerleaders.
This modern world is a dangerous place.
And he's going to eat bugs and be
Did I watch you cut a guy with a decorative
And
serving
the
platter?
love interest slash buddy in this is Aquafina.
Let me explain.
That's already
My
a red
boss
flag
gave me
right
this
there.
power.
Oh, and he's like a
including
superhero.
care, feeding.
You bring him people to eat? You're like the guy that gets the villain's Postmates.
He won't grow to full power.
Exactly.
Won't grow to
He
full
won't grow to
power.
full power. What? That's
He
so
won't grow
weird.
full
Why would you
power.
phrase it like that? But yes. Well, come on.
Some call me the Dark One, but I
Here he is.
am Dracula.
Okay, obviously we're dealing with a little bit more than just narcissism.
Let's eat.
So, yeah, that's the trailer there. And as you can see, this guy Renfield, played by Nicholas Hoult, who you may remember from the X-Men movies, or the newer ones, as Beast.
Or Warm Bodies. It's so stupid, but this movie, like Renfield, kind of screams Warm Bodies vibes.
Damn, well, if I would have known that, I would have right away been in sync with that and been like, this is this movie all over again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah.
This dude, like, goes to a self-help group, and he's like, oh, my God, like, my relationship, it's so toxic. And it's just, oh, my God, it's so agitating. But then he gets in a situation where he's going to hunt for Dracula, who's trying to rebuild himself after him being careless, apparently, and hurting himself. Where, you know, some people come in, some mobsters, to handle some business. And then he eats bugs to get superpowers and then fights them. And then finds his love interest, Aquafina. And if anybody remembers her from, like, the Shang-Chi movie, I mean, it's just as cringeworthy as that. I mean, man, I can't stand her character.
And pretty much anything,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, like, sometimes it can be a little bit, like, you can, like, chuckle at it a little. But for the most part, her character and pretty much anything that she plays is just unbearable.
It's so bad. And it's just him, like, trying to balance, like, trying to be a good guy and then, like, trying to do what he has to
And
for
it's
his
all
master
bullshit.
and then trying to break free from his master. And it's
actually a movie of betrayal.
yeah.
Like, this whole movie pissed me off so much. if you like horror movies and like you know what like an original vampire movie is supposed to be. And even though this is definitely not that, it did a horrible job of even being satirical about vampires because they made it more of a mental illness.
And then they have another sub-villain because obviously, you know, the bad guy's Dracula here with this situation. But there's another one because he has to get in some fights and stuff like that and fight crime. And the little like mobster villain they got is Ben Schwartz, like who voices Sonic and who is on like Parks and Rec. Like, what are we doing? It's just so bad. It's so cringeworthy the whole time. I can't stand it.
He's tatted up too, so he just looks out of place.
It looks so ridiculous.
It's great. It's funny. As far as like a comedy factor goes, that one hit the nail.
Yeah, there's a couple parts for sure that are funny. Like it's like a horror comedy. There's a lot of gore and all that stuff, but it's supposed to have a lot of comedy in it. Some stuff is funny, some stuff doesn't hit at all because it's like cringy. You know, it's him going through this journey and trying to get over all this stuff, right? Now, before we get into any spoilers or anything like that, let's give you guys the review. And I would say for this, oh man, I would give this like, I'm going to say a 5 out of 10. Yep. It's definitely, it doesn't pass, you know, that's a failing grade, right? A 5 out of 10. Like, literally Nicolas Cage is the only thing that saves this goddamn film because him as Dracula is fantastic. It's fun watching him be silly, and it seems like they just said, hey, we need somebody as Dracula that's going to be over the top. Let's let him do anything he wants. And that's what that felt like to me. Otherwise, I hate the other characters and the story, and it's so annoying. But there's some good action scenes here and there. Feels out of place with the superhero shit, but whatever. Nicolas Cage, Dracula, that's really all you need to know about this film. What do you think?
So I'm gonna go there with you. I'm gonna say 4.5 out of 5. I definitely completely agree. Nicolas Cage is always good to watch in anything that he stars in. Excuse me. And honestly, I do agree again with the fact that he's pretty much the only good thing of the movie. I do want to say, though, I did read somewhere that he was just accepting roles because he, like, over-invested in castles or something.
So much money.
That makes so much sense, but it's so funny. Anyways.
You can see in New Orleans, he has his own, like, grave and everything already done, and it's literally, like, a crazy pyramid and, like, all this. He's gnarly, and he apparently got, like, arrested for, like, drunken disorderly and stuff out there because he bought like one of the haunted houses.
Oh god.
And it just he's whacked out.
Yeah.
But it's great. He's fantastic. I love watching him and stuff. But apparently the rest of this film is really bad.
Yeah. Another thing I kind of wanted to touch on is like the summary says something about like a narcissistic boss, like referring to Dracula.
It's fucking Dracula, dude. Like it's Dracula.
It's Dracula. Like,
oh, your boss is real narcissistic. He must be just like the Prince of Darkness. So, that's a 4.5 and a 5. So, a 4.75 on the review. Definitely a not recommend, but let's get into these spoilers here. Spoilers. All right, so at the end of this film, it's ridiculous because Dracula, you know, feels like he's been betrayed, obviously, because he has been, by his familiar. So he teams up with the mob boss guy and all his buddies and juices them up so they can eat bugs and get powerful. But, you know, Renfield, he also eats bugs and a lot of bugs, and he gets powerful. So they have a big fight, you know, the whole deal. They got to beat Dracula. The most cringeworthy shit happens at the end because when he's trying to defeat Dracula and he's like punching him and stuff like that, it's just the self-help lines come in and they're like, I am worthy. I deserve this.
The affirmations.
Oh my God. It's awful.
Hated the affirmation part. That was very cheesy, very cringy, secondhand embarrassment to the max. The whole thing about it is that he kills Dracula to be free, but he's the one who wanted the deal in the first place. So you're basically mad at yourself for roping yourself into something that was lifelong, which you knew was lifelong to begin with, and now you're trying to be the victim. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Talk about narcissistic. That's promoting narcissism, if anything.
Yeah, he wants to have his cake and eat it too, if you know what I mean in this one. It's pretty outrageous, and it's pretty cringeworthy almost the entire time.
And he wants to have a normal life, but motherfucker, you eat bugs to have power. Otherwise, you're weak.
Aside from like watching it to see some clips of Nicolas Cage be an outrageous Dracula, there's not a reason to watch this.
I mean, it disappoints me that they defeated him in the end.
If you've seen this, though, and for some odd reason you like this film, let us know why. Like, for real, because we would be very interested to hear why you could like this film. Either way, 4.75 out of 10. Don't recommend. Zookatube out.
Where did you get
Peace.
4.7 from?
You did a 4.5. I did a 5. That's a 4.75.
Oh.
That's the way the average works. What do you mean?
I don't do math.
Well, yeah, so that's it. 4.75. We don't recommend this shit. Zookatube out.
Bye, guys.
Let me get on one. Nah, go get your tracks up. Homie, can I steal some? Homie, you can't stack up. My brother, can you shout me? You're barking up the wrong tree. My dog, why do you doubt me? Cause you can't do shit without me.
Real like the radio and never play it, but that's cool. The enemy's supposed to hate it.